So hello everyone, welcome to ArabTab. So guys, talking about today's report, I will be discussing about the recently released health estimates by the National Health Accounts. Talking about these estimates, guys, these estimates will play a very important role for your upcoming phase 2 examination of NABARD, as well as they are equally important for the RB examination also. And if the question is related to health sector, that could be asked in phase 1 of the SEBI, then also these estimates could play a very prominent role. Now when I talk about these estimates, guys, there are 2 to 3 points that needs to be remembered about these estimates before we start with the MCQs. The first point here is, if I talk about these estimates, these are the estimates which have been consecutively being held from 2013 onwards, and these estimates are not of the recent year of 2021 or 21-22. These estimates are basically being given on the India's advanced estimate, India's health estimates for 2018 and 19. These health estimates could be very much helpful for preparing better analysis or better policies for India. And in this report, when this report was being discussed in PIB, there was a mentioning about national health policy also. So I will be discussing about the national health policy of 2017 onwards. So don't go anywhere. Talking about this estimates or these data, these are very much relevant for both your phase 1 and phase 2 examinations of RBI and NABARD. Okay, so now guys, one thing that I always tell you, what you have to do is, you have to solve the questions and you have to tell me in the chat box or in the comment box how many marks you have scored from this specific report. Okay, chalo. Let's start with the first question. The first question that has been discussed from this report is, as per this National Health Accounts estimates for 2018-19, the things to be remembered. There has been an increase in the share of government health expenditure in terms of total GDP contribution. It was around 1.15% in 2013-14. Now you have to tell me it has been increased to what percentage in 2018-19. So let's see how many of you know the answer. The answer here is, that is option number B. It has now increased to 1.28%. Now guys, the important thing to remember here is, there has been an increase from 2013-14 to 2018-19, that is from 1.15 to 1.28%. Okay? As I have discussed with you, the data have been presented, that have been presented here is from 2013-14 onwards till the recent data of 2018 and 19. That is 6 consecutive data have been formulated here. Now one thing that I have discussed with you is, that is share from 13-14 to 18-19. But one very important thing to memorize here or to remember here is, where an examiner can play with us is with this data of 17-18. So remember, 13-14 to 2018-19, we will say it is an increase. But when I say from 2017, or let's say 16-17 or 17-18 to 2018-19, there has been a decrease. So remember this fact, because this is a very important fact, guys, and here an examiner can play with us. So there has been a declining trend from 17-18 to 18-19, but overall in these 6 years there has been a positive trend in the percentage, that is total GDP, percentage of GDP. Okay? Now coming to the next question here is, what is the total, that is the total health expenditure for India is estimated to be what percentage of GDP? As per this report or as per this data, what is the total health expenditure estimated to be percentage of GDP? So total health expenditure कितना है इंडिया का? That is around 3.16%. The thing here is, yeah, that is the government is contributing is 1.25%, but overall when I talk about the total health expenditure of India, as per this estimate, it says it is around 3.16%. Okay, now the data that I have shared with you is, total expenditure is estimated to be 3.16%, but there are again some important informations that have been shared in this health estimates, guys. One of them is, that is government's health expenditure as a percentage to total health expenditure. That is, what is the percentage of government health expenditure in terms of total expenditure? It was around 28.6%. ठीक है, 28.6% था. अब गवर्नमेंट का हेल्थ एक्सपेंडिचर, दैट इज व्हाट इज द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ गवर्नमेंट्स हेल्थ एक्सपेंडिचर in total expenditure, it is around 40.6% in the year 2018-19. So are you guys able to understand? Now the thing that is being shared here is, government कितना contribute कर रही है in the total health expenditure, that is what is the contribution made by government in the total health expenditure, that is estimated to be around 3.4%. It is 40.6%. Now then is the next thing, government's health expenditure as a percentage of current health expenditure. इन टर्म्स ऑफ टोटल इट इज बीइंग सेड कि टोटल में से कितना है, बट करंटली अगर मैं बात करूं कितना हेल्थ एक्सपेंडिचर बोला गया है, इट इज शेयर्ड दैट इट इज 34.5%. अगेन अ पॉजिटिव इंक्रीज हैज बीन शेयर्ड, दैट इज अ पॉजिटिव ट्रेंड हैज बीन विटनेस्ड हियर फ्रॉम द ईयर 2013-14 onwards. Then the next question is, as per this estimate, that is health estimates, the per capita government spending, that is important. Per capita government spending on healthcare has increased to what rupees in 2018-19. So one thing guys you need to remember here is, that is we know India has grown apart. हमने बहुत ज़्यादा growth की है. India has done a tremendous growth in health sector also. So you will be fine that as we compare it from 2013-14 to 2018-19, generally the trend is on a increasing. That is, the trend is on a positive side. So coming to the per capita government spending, the per capita government spending is, it is 1,815 rupees. It is the per capita spending on the healthcare expenditure, which was around 1,042 in 2013-14, and decrease here is by 74%. There is a 74%, around 74% increase is there from the year 2013-14 to 2018 and 2019. Then the next question is, as per this report, it says the primary and secondary care accounts for more than what percentage of the government health expenditure? What percentage of the government health expenditure? Basically primary sector में कितना contribution है primary and secondary sector? It is around 80%. So yes guys, the government is contributing, which we have just discussed, what percentage government has contributed under the total health sector, and there the maximum contribution from the government health expenditure is basically on the primary and secondary sector, whereas in tertiary sector, private sector is playing a prominent role here. Now if I discuss with you the data that has been shared in this estimates, it says that the government spending only in primary sector, it has increased from around 51.1% to 55.2%. That is only for primary sector. When I club the primary and secondary sector, the contribution is 80%. That is more than 80% of the government health expenditure is basically being contributed towards primary and secondary sector. And if I say within these years, one important thing that needs to be remembered here is the share of primary and secondary sector has increased from 74% to 80%. This is something important here is, that is the share of primary and secondary sector has increased from 74% to 86%. And if I talk about private sectors here, so that the thing that I was discussing here is, in tertiary sector it has increased, but guys in primary and secondary care it has declined from 82% to 70%, which tells us that at the grassroots level government is really working hard within this past 5 years. The government is, the report specifies that here is कि grassroots level, that is at primary and secondary level, it is government's expenditure that is contributing more, but at tertiary level it is the private sector where the expenditure is generally more. Then this is something very much important. So I have said to you that the previous question, there will be general positive increase, there will be general positive growth will be there here also. Here also it is a positive growth here, that is out of pocket expenditure. Out of pocket expenditure generally means that how much money citizen is paying to get the health benefit. This is simply out of pocket expenditure specifies here. So out of pocket expenditure जो है, the report says that out of pocket expenditure has declined. It should be on a declining trend. That will be a positive growth na. Let's say 3 years back you were spending 100 rupees to avail some health benefit or to avail some any health specific things or health benefit. You are availing 100 rupees. Now at this point of time you are paying 50 rupees or let's say 80 rupees. So it will be benefit for you because now your health facility is getting better. Rest amount is basically paid by government or by an agency, but it is really helpful for you. आपका खुद का पैसा कम लग रहा है. This is simply what is this known as out of pocket expenditure. The declining trend in out of pocket expenditure again shows a positive growth in the health sector of India. So out of pocket expenditure, if I say, it has declined from 64.2% in 2013-14 to 48.2% in 2018-2019. So talking about out of pocket expenditure, total health expenditure in terms of it has declined from 64.2% to 48.2%, which is a decrease by 16%. Then if I take out of pocket expenditure as compared to current health expenditure, it is again declining, that is from 69.1 percentage to 53.2 percentage. And if I talk about out of pocket expenditure per capita, that is the amount which an individual was investing, the person was investing 2336 rupees, that is the expenditure on health in 2013-14, which has been reduced now to 2155 rupees. So this is what that I was explaining to you also. When you are paying less, it means your out of pocket expenditure has reduced and you are getting better health facilities. That is what the out of pocket expenditure specifies here. Okay? And if I talk about decrease here, it is 8% from 2013-2014. Then the next question is, the government financed health insurance, that is government financed health insurance expenditure has increased by what percentage since 2013-14? This is something important. Government health insurance का मतलब हुआ the health insurance where government is contributing more. ठीक है, प्रधानमंत्री सुरक्षा बीमा योजना you can talk about, ठीक है जी, Ayushman Bharat you can talk about. There again you can get some kind of health insurance benefits. So there government is giving more and more money, government का expenditure बढ़ रहा है. So these are some examples that you should remember how to learn this thing. So here if I talk about, it is 167%, ठीक है, which is maximum 167% increase has been shown in the past 5 years. And when we talk about the schemes also, guys, if you look at this thing, within this past 3 to 4 years, many health insurance schemes have been launched by the government. ठीक है, I have mentioned some just a few seconds earlier. प्रधानमंत्री आयुष्मान भारत you can say, सुरक्षा बीमा योजना you can say, ठीक है, these are basically for this specific thing. ठीक है, so government, if I talk about government financials to health insurance, it was rupees 4757 in 2013-14, ठीक है, approximately 4757 crore rupees. Now the expenditure is around 12,680 crore rupees in the year 2018-19, showing an increase of around 167%. Then guys, the next question is the foreign aid. Foreign aid for health sector has declined. ठीक है, you have to tell me it has declined from what percentage to what percentage. So if I talk about foreign aid that has declined as per this health estimates, it says the foreign health was around, ठीक है, it has declined to 0.4% in 2018-19 from 2.3%. So which means the money that we are basically getting from foreign in the health specific sector, it has been reduced as per this specific report, which tells us that now India is becoming self-reliant. Okay, this point specifies to us that India is becoming self-reliant. And if you are writing an essay, guys, these are kind of points which generally, if you quote this kind of points in your answer or even in your essay, if this kind of essay comes, this will really fetch you a very good marks, because this data clearly defines that India is now becoming self-reliant. Okay, so this can be used even in your phase 2 examinations also. Then coming to this specific thing, the foreign aid I have discussed with you, it has brought down to 0.4%. So guys, talking about this data is basically comparing your each and every specific parameter from 17-18 to 18-19. If I look about this data, first of all, it is talking about GDP. So in terms of GDP, there has been an increase of 11% from 17-18 to 18-19. Government expenditure, increase of 12%. When I talk about total health expenditure, there is an increase of 5%. And when I talk about government's health expenditure, that is the government, how much money government is contributing in terms of government specified expenditure is, that is 5%. Government health expenditure, you can relate with government hospitals here also. Okay, chaliye, coming to the last question of the day, again a fact that I found within the report here is, because if you look at my previous report, there also we have discussed the data on external debt, where we got to find out a very important trivial fact here is, which country has the maximum, we can say which country is basically debting more in the world. That is USA. That was again a trivial fact that we have discussed in the previous lecture. Now in today's lecture, within this report or within this link, there was an important information given about the WHO's Global Health Expenditure Database, which was talking about the out-of-pocket expenditure. So you have to tell me what is India's rank in as per this survey. What is India's rank in terms of out-of-pocket expenditure? And if I tell you here, the answer is option number D. India has been ranked at 66th position as per this WHO's Global Health Expenditure database. So the report provides a comparison of the per capita out of pocket expenditure, ठीक है, and the data that has been collected is basically from WHO's Global Health Expenditure Database. And India का रैंक मैंने आपको बता दिया, it is 66 in terms of per capita out of pocket expenditure. So this was all about the report, but guys, as I have discussed in the starting of the lecture, there is again a very important thing that was being discussed in this specific estimates was the National Health Policy of 2017. So you should be aware about the National Health Policy also. So let's quickly revise the National Health Policy of 2017. If I talk about the policy, it was released by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Here are the key principles of your National Health Policy, that is equity, affordability, universality, patient-centeredness, accountability, inclusive partnership, pluralism and decentralization, professionalism, dynamic and adaptiveness. These are the basically key principles of your National Health Policy. Remember one thing to remember here is आपको health care facility equity, मतलब you have to provide health facility to all irrespective of their rich or poor, that is equity should be there. Then the second point is after providing equity, it should be affordable in nature. The person should be, that is why out of pocket expenditure decline is playing a very important prominent role here. If it is affordable in nature, it should be affordable. That is the second point, affordability. First, universality is it should be affordable at all levels. It should be universal. ठीक है जी. Then the most important thing is if it is universal, the care of patient should always be good. That is the quality of care. ठीक है. Quality of care कैसे judge करोगे? Based on accountability, and accountability will be done by inclusive partnership. All of them should be inclusive and it should be made accountable. ठीक है. Then it should be in decentralized form. It should not be that is only single centralized bodies there. It should be in decentralized form. That is that thing. ठीक है. Each and every person should be discussed, should be dealt with proper professionalism, integrity and with proper ethics. ठीक है जी. Doctors should be on, everything should be done on professionalism base, and the last should be, it should be adaptive in. That was the key principles of this National Health Policy. Now guys, coming about the data, that is the important targets of this National Health Policy that was given under this policy. Okay, so here I have shared with you each and every data that was being discussed in this National Health Policy of 2017. Talking about the life expectancy, target is to increase it from 67.5 to 70 by 2025. TFR we have to reduce at 2.1 by 2025. ठीक है जी. Under 5 mortality rate 23, then is reduction of MMR is 100 by 2020. ठीक है जी. Infant mortality rate 28 by 2019. Neonatal mortality rate, stillbirth rate, everything has been given here. ठीक है. So you can have a look at this National Health Policy also. So now guys, we have discussed about this health estimates also, as well as the National Health Policy that is important for your examination. So this was all about the lecture guys. So if you guys have liked the lectures, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel. ठीक है. And then to get the access of the PDF of this lecture, what you have to do is you have to subscribe to the Telegram channel, the link for which is given in the description below. And also you can again have a look at the important reports that I have discussed just a few days earlier. Human Development Index, then is the data, India's debt structure data that I have discussed with you, that is the status of India's external debt report that I have discussed with you. Now I have discussed with you health estimates. We have already discussed some important schemes and other important data have also been discussed. So you can watch that specific videos also. What you have to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel and you will get the you can see that specific videos there also. So this was all about the lecture guys. Still if you have any kind of doubt, you could drop me an email at hello@edutap.co.in, and you could also place us a call at this number, that is 81462 So I hope guys the lecture is fruitful for you. Keep learning, keep preparing hard. Wishing you all the best for your examination.